Very good morning to you. Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of Aligarh Muslim University 2022 question paper. And I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 1. Coming to the first question. The reserve estimation is done. The choices are A. To assess the quality of ore mineral. B. To determine the quantity of mineral and its valuable constituents. C. To determine spatial distribution of the mineral in the deposit. And D. All of the above. The reserve estimation is done to assess the quality of ore mineral and to determine the quantity of mineral and its valuable constituents, and also to determine the spatial distribution of mineral in the deposit. So D. All of the above is the correct option. Next question. Garnet group belongs to A. Nesosilicate, B. Inosilicate, C. Tectosilicate and D. Cyclosilicates. The correct option goes as A. Nesosilicate. Garnet group belongs to Nesosilicate. These are characterized by isolated silicon-oxygen tetrahedra, and the neso part of nesosilicate means island, signifying that the tetrahedra are not linked together in chains or sheets but remain isolated within the crystal structure. This fundamental SiO4 tetrahedron or structure, it allows for a diverse range of chemical compositions forming the various species of the garnet group such as almandine, pyrope and andradite. Next question. Which one of the following is an ore mineral of iron? A. Manganite, B. Magnesite, C. Magnetite and D. Malachite. Obviously, magnetite is an ore mineral of iron. Manganite is a mineral composed of manganese oxide hydroxide, that is MnOOH, and it crystallizes in monoclinic system, or it is also belongs to pseudo-orthorhombic. And magnesite chemical composition is MgCO3. And magnetite is an iron oxide mineral with the formula Fe3O4, and it is highly magnetic mineral, and it is a natural substance and the most important iron ore. And it has a black to brownish color, a metallic luster, and is a member of the spinel group of minerals. And this is found in igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. And magnetite is used in iron and steel industries, and its magnetic properties are valued in electrical applications. Next question. Which of the following is not a carbonate mineral? A. Bornite, B. Cerussite, C. Smithsonite and D. Witherite. The correct option goes as A. Bornite, because cerussite, smithsonite and witherite are all carbonate minerals. Cerussite is lead carbonate, smithsonite is zinc carbonate and witherite is barium carbonate. And bornite, it has a metal, this mineral has a composition of copper iron sulfide with the chemical formula Cu5Fe(S4). So bornite is not a carbonate mineral. A is the correct option. Next question. Effusive volcanic eruption pertains to A. Volcanic outpouring of lava that is relatively low in viscosity and gas content. B. Violent outpouring of lava that is relatively high in viscosity and gas content. C. Gentle outpouring of lava that is relatively high in viscosity and gas content. And D. Gentle outpouring of lava that is relatively low in viscosity and gas content. Effusive volcanic eruption pertains to gentle outpouring of lava that is relatively low in viscosity and gas content. D is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following statements is true with regard to textural feature development in igneous rocks? A. During slow cooling of magma, nucleation rate is slow and growth rate of crystal is high. And B. During slow cooling of magma, nucleation rate is high and growth rate of crystal is low. C. During fast cooling of magma, nucleation and growth rate of crystals both are slow. And D. Fast cooling of magma results in coarse grained texture. The correct option or true, the statement is which is true with regard to the textural feature development of igneous rocks is during slow cooling of magma, nucleation rate is slow and growth rate of crystals is high. A is the correct option. Next question. The marginal grade of ore which makes a dividing line between A. Effective grade, B. Run-off mine grade and C. Cut-off grade and D. All of the above. The correct option goes as C. Cut-off grade. A cut-off grade is the minimum grade or value of a mineralized material that is economically viable to be mined or processed. It serves as a crucial decision-making parameter in mining, discriminating between mineral that will be considered as ore, sent to the processing plant and waste material. So the marginal grade of the ore which makes a dividing line between the cut-off grade. Next question. Which of the following statements is correct with regard to the thickness of a capillary zone? A. Thickness of capillary zone increases with increase in pore space. B. Thickness of capillary zone increases with decrease in pore size. C. Pore size has no influence on the thickness of capillary zone. And D. None of the above. The correct option goes as the thickness of capillary zone. It increases with the decrease in the pore size. Next question. The shape of geoid is A. Oblate spheroid, B. Ellipsoid, C. Irregular, and D. None of the above. The shape of a geoid is irregular, undulating, Earth-like surface that represents the equipotential surface of Earth's gravity field extended through the continents. It's often described as the shape of the ocean surface that would take under gravity and Earth's rotation alone without winds or tides. So the shape of the geoid is irregular. Next question. Oval-shaped hills, largely composed of glacial drift and formed beneath a glacier or ice sheet that are aligned in the direction of ice flow are called as A. Arid, B. Cirque, C. Glacial erratics, and D. Drumlins. The correct option goes as a D. Drumlins. A drumlin is an elongated teardrop-shaped hill made up of glacial drift like till, sand, and gravel that was formed by the movement of a glacier. It has a steeper, blunter end called the stoss, which points upstream against the direction of ice flow, and a gentler tapering end, which is known as the lee, which points in the direction of ice movement. So oval-shaped hills largely composed of glacial drift and formed beneath a glacier or ice sheet and are aligned in the direction of ice flow are called as drumlins. D is the correct option. Next question. At water table, the atmospheric pressure is A. More than hydrostatic pressure, B. Equal to hydrostatic pressure, C. Less than hydrostatic pressure, and D. None of the above. The correct option goes as B. Equal to hydrostatic pressure. At the water table, the absolute pressure is equivalent to the standard atmospheric pressure and the hydrostatic pressure of the water column above the point, while the gauge pressure or the pore pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure. Specifically, the pressure exerted by the water at the water table is directly influenced by the force of the atmosphere pressing down the surface of the water. So at water table, the atmospheric pressure is equal to hydrostatic pressure. Next question. The unit of hydraulic conductivity is A. Meter square per day, B. Meter per day, C. Meter square, and D. None of the above. The unit of hydraulic conductivity is meter per day. It is a common and valid unit for hydraulic conductivity, which represents the rate at which water flows through a porous medium. Other common units include meters per second, feet per day, and centimeters per second, with the appropriate unit depending upon the context and the typical flow rates being measured. So the unit of hydraulic conductivity is meters per day. B is the correct option. Next question. Darcy's law is valid for A. Laminar flow, B. Turbulent flow, C. Both A and B, D. Not related to flow conditions. Darcy's law is valid for laminar flow of a fluid through a saturated, homogeneous, porous medium such as soil and requires a Reynolds number or Re of less than 1 for flow through the pores. The law accurately describes the linear relationship between the flow rate and the pressure gradient under these conditions. So Darcy's law is valid for laminar flow. A is the correct option. Next question. Fluorosis is caused by taking excess of which element or ion in the drinking water for a long time? Obviously, the options are A. Fluoride, B. Calcium, C. Nitrate, and D. Arsenic. So obviously, the correct option goes as A. Fluoride. Fluorosis is a condition caused by consuming excess fluoride, leading to dental and skeletal fluorosis. It manifests as dental fluorosis with changes in tooth enamel like white spots or brown staining, and skeletal fluorosis, which can cause bone deformities, joint pains, and stiffness. The condition is primarily a public health concern in areas with naturally occurring high fluoride water. Next question. Hydraulic conductivity depends on A. Porosity, B. Particle size and distribution, C. Shape and arrangement of particles, and D. All of the above. Hydraulic conductivity, it depends upon porosity, particle size and distribution, shape and arrangement of particles. So that's why D. All of the above is the correct option. Next question. In Venner's array, the spacing between current electrode and potential electrode is A. Equal, B. Variable, C. Both A and B, and D. None of the above. The correct option goes as A, equal. In a Venner array, the spacing between all adjacent electrodes, that is current to potential and potential to potential, is equal. In a typical 4-electrode Venner array, the configuration involves 2 outer current electrodes A and B and 2 inner potential electrodes M and N, arranged in a straight line with a constant spacing A between each consecutive electrode. So in Venner's array, the spacing between the current electrode and potential electrode is equal. Next question. Which of the following is an example of geostationary satellite? The choices are A. Aster, B. Meteosat, C. Seasat, and D. Oceansat. The correct option goes as B. Meteosat is a series of European geostationary satellites operated by the European Organization for the Exploitation of Meteorological Satellites, EUMETSAT. So these satellites are positioned in an orbit that allows them to continuously observe the same part of the Earth, making them essential for weather forecasting and climate monitoring. Next question. Which of the following map projection divides the globe into grids of latitudes and longitudes and is followed worldwide? The choices are A. Lambert conformal conic, B. Transverse Mercator, C. Albert's equal area, and D. Universal transverse Mercator. The option goes as D. Universal transverse Mercator. The map projection system that divides the world into grid of latitudes and longitudes and is followed worldwide is called the Universal Transverse Mercator, UTM. UTM uses a series of 60 zones, each 6 degrees wide, to provide a precise metric grid system for mapping and navigation across most of the Earth's surface with the exception of polar regions. Next question. The appearance of sky as blue is due to A. Non-selective scattering, B. Rayleigh scattering, C. Mie scattering, and D. Absorption. The correct option goes as B. Rayleigh scattering. The appearance of the sky as blue is due to Rayleigh scattering, a phenomenon where sunlight is scattered by gas molecules in the Earth's atmosphere. Because blue light has a shorter wavelength, it is scattered more effectively and in all directions than other colors, such as red, which have longer wavelengths. So our eyes perceives this abundant scattered blue light, making the sky appear blue. The appearance of sky as blue is due to Rayleigh scattering. Next question. A map is said to be conformal when it preserves A. Shapes, B. Areas, C. Directions, D. Distances. The correct option goes as A. Shapes. A map is conformal when it preserves angles and the orientation of infinitesimal shapes, meaning it keeps the angles between the curves the same in both magnitude and direction, though not necessarily their size or length. A map is said to be conformal when it preserves shapes. A is the correct option. Next is the tips to prepare for the competitive exam. In continuation for the last video, I'm making these tips for the competitive exam. So in addition to that, I'm giving. So number 1, create a study plan. So what type of exam and how many reading hours are needed exactly for that exam. So for that, you have to prepare a timetable for each exam. So for that, create a study plan. It is very important. And second point, it is analyze the syllabus. How you are going to analyze the syllabus, it makes a very important. That means what are the easy chapters are there in that syllabus and what are the difficult things are there. You can make a red mark and then you can write it down all the exam difficult things so that you can plan accordingly. So this is analyzing the syllabus and is there the syllabus is objective or descriptive pattern, in what way you have to write the exam. So like that, analyzing the syllabus is very important. And the next step is you have to arrange all the study material which you have. So nowadays there are so many materials are in the available internet. People like you may confuse like what material I have to read. For that, you have to study the reference books. So in the next video, I'll make what are the good important reference books. So for this, please rely on the standard books. Referred material is there, and then textbooks. Minimum 8 to 10 textbooks are needed, and like apart from that, you had to read the NCERT syllabus and then all those other stuff is there. So first thing is arrange the study material. Don't go for the simple and vague materials. So go for the preferred reference standard textbooks. So this is very important. Next is understand the exam pattern. So what type of exam it is there and what is its pattern? Suppose if it is a descriptive or it is objective, and how much authenticity you are preparing for descriptive exam. So whether you are good at writing or that particular points, like if it is descriptive, 2 marks question or 5 marks question or 10 marks questions, like that, what is the pattern is there? And you have to understand that one and you have to make the notes accordingly. Fifth point, make your own notes. So why this plays a very crucial, because now you say that means you have lots of loads of syllabus or material are there, but your own notes make an important criteria in passing through the exam. Because if you write the notes, this we will have more memory and you can memorize more, and then you can practice this, and you will have 100% confidence that yes, I have understand this one and I have make a notes, and then you can memorize very well. In that for that case, you need a picture or image format of any topic. Suppose if you take any topic like in glaciers, or then suppose if you think meandering of rivers, or then drainage patterns, or anything in geomorphology, or texture patterns in petrology, or joints or particular strike slip faults, or in structural geology, anything. For that, what is the important thing is you have to make a picture of that. You have to take a pencil and then you have to write make the diagram of that, so that you can understand more, and then you can this picture format, it will give, or image format, this will have a long-term memory. And another important is table format. Suppose if any structure of silicates or anything it is there, you have to make in the table format, so that it's easy to note it, and then you can copy, and then you can make like some number of things are there, like how you can make it in a what you can say that that format, you repeatedly you have to see that, and then you can practice that one. So picture or image and table format, it plays an important thing for a descriptive exam. So make your own notes according to that, and then seek guidance. So this is very important, because nowadays you are preparing so much, of course that's good, but how much guidance you are needed? Suppose for the any exam, you can talk to your teacher or mentor, or you can with chit chat with the seniors or friends, and you can share your material, and you can take the guidance from them. And because every point makes an important thing. And another important step is stay motivated. So why? Because you have to stay motivated. Someday or some days you do good, and some other days you feel very bad, or something, some functions or something, some disturbances will be there. Of course, even though you have to be stay motivated, and every time whenever you are sharing the material with your students or friends or anybody is there, you had to be motivated that yes, I am going to secure this exam within that stipulated time period. This is very important. Always you have to be motivated, and then you can make a phone call to your friends or teachers, or that yes, I'm good at this point, I'm not this, like this. You can always be stay motivated and don't desperate at any cost. And another important thing is eliminate distractions. Nowadays digital mania is there, means every time you have to see your mobile, and everything is available in the mobile. That means either it is positive way or negative way. So number of distractions or notifications, or then social media, everything will be there. So you had to eliminate all these distractions. And the other important point thing is visualization. What is this visualization? Everybody knows that visualization means if you see and repeatedly any particular pattern or a type, and then you can become what you thoughts becomes things. So that's why your thoughts always should be motivated, and your thoughts should always be inspired, and your thought should have a good thought that yes, I'm going to crack this exam within this time period. Hook or crook, I am going to solve that, or I'm going to secure that position, or anything you can plan, whatever be. and give a specified time period for that daily. Sit in a calm place and then visualize already that you have got the exam, or you have appointed as an officer or geologist or something or so on. And this process, it makes the things very um, promptly. So this visualization. So, and another important thing is sleep well. Most of the people, they read so much and then they will be frustrated and yes, I have read this much. But the thing is, you have to sleep well. Minimum sleep hours are very, very, very important so that your brain will be active. And for that, minimum 6 to 8 hours sleep is very essential. So these are the tips overall. Just I will repeat. First is to create a study plan, and second is you have to analyze the syllabus, and third is arrange all the study material, keep in files at one place for any one particular exam, and then understand the exam pattern, what type of syllabus is there, how many marks, and then what type of whether it is a what you can say that objective or descriptive, and make your own notes. That means take a book always with you, carry notes, and a book with always carry a notes. And that notes, it should contain any picture or image or any table format which are difficult to remember, so that if you write and practice every day, that will become very easy. And another important thing is seek guidance from your teacher or professors or mentors or seniors or friends, whoever maybe website, or it will give some complete guidance. And another important thing is stay motivated, always be motivated, stay inspired, and to discuss and have good groups, join in good groups so that you will be having you will be connected. And eliminate distractions. What is eliminate distractions? Because the digital distractions will be there, and then mental distractions will also be there. Something, sometimes you may read more and then you feel that, oh, I may forget or something like that. You will have that desperate feeling. So you eliminate all these distractions and have a clear goal, and then have visualization. Everyday practice thrice or number of times as convenient to you. So this visualization is a very, 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 very crucial step, which is for any competitive exam preparation. And last thing is sleep well. So don't stress too much, have a minimum stress. And then for that, you have to make your brain sharp so that you can remember more, so that you have to sleep well. So these are the 10 tips what I have given, and see you in the next video. These are some of the suggested books. Hope you can take a photocopy, a screenshot. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.